what exactly are going to reform, Mr. President? What you hope to change?
Well, to begin with, we have to change the mentality as to how we do things on our continent. Whether it's about efficiency, it's about pride in ourselves that will drive us to do things, but also institutional reforms. Which institutions have been put in place or need to be put in place, and for what purpose, and how they operate. We had to examine this to determine which reforms would be appropriate for the institutions. The other part has been to look at the financing of activities of the African Union. Financing is very critical in many ways. Two I will talk about. One, you need resources, you need finance to do things. There's no question about it, that's one. The second is, what is the source of these funds that are going to help us do things we want? The source matters because if you're not the source to generate these funds that support you to do what you want to do, and it is somebody's financing, well, there are a couple of problems associated with that. You'll be trying to do what is good for you, for yourself, but you also have to pay back. You have to do something else for the other that may not be healthy.
If you decode this, Mr. President, I know you are a diplomat as well. European Union at the moment fund the bulk of the operational budget of the African Union.
Yes.
That's correct? And what we're saying here is what sovereignty you have if somebody else is funding your operational budget, and why can't you fund your own budget? Is that correct statement?
First of all, it is not proper that we don't fund our own budget because we can. That's number one. So if you can, why don't you do it? That's the first question. And if you want somebody else to fund your budget, then you will be doing somebody else's bidding, not really doing what you wanted to do for yourself. It's clear.
Yeah, of course. Yes. Like if Chinese build the African Union building and then tap the data, we say that's fair. I mean, it's your building. That's a big deal.
It's a very fair assertion.
Yeah,
it is with the Chinese, it is with the Europeans, it is with Americans, it is with everybody.
It's open house.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there is a very interesting debate about ICC. Is it useful for Africa? Is it bad for Africa? Why are we rejecting it? Why we? And two things we took out of the discussion. The first thing, the ICC itself has a majority of judges who are Africans, actually. Has a lot of African judges there. I think they have 7 or 8 out of 19. The prosecutor is African. So it's really almost an African place. I mean, it's not like an imperialist or very white place, you know. There are a lot of black people there.
Precisely, that is the point.
Yeah.
I think being African is not a question of the color of the skin. It's what is in your head.
Right. And well, Fatou Bensouda said most of the cases concerning Africa was referred to us by African governments, actually.
Sure.
So why people are complaining? And then the other argument was saying, oh, no, we don't need you because the African Union now has an African court. And African court now can deal with these issues. We don't need the ICC. What is happening? I mean, is that true? You have an African court now which can replace the ICC?
Well, we have an African court which is ICC. Yes, ICC was supposed to cover the whole world.
Yes.
It ended up covering Africa.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that. And there are many people across the world that should be tried by the court.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They tried
but,
recently to go to a number of other countries, actually.
or in fact, some of those countries or leaders from Africa who are being tried by the ICC or whom the ICC intends to try, whatever they are trying them for has been committed in a partnership with those countries they don't try. That's the biggest thing. So from the beginning, I thought there was a flaw, not so much in the setup of ICC, but the basis on which it was being set up and how it was going to be used.
Right.
And by the way, right at the time of inception, I had a conversation with the people who were in it. We had a meeting in Sweden where conversation was taking place. And I told the people, even before it was set up, that I have concerns that when they are setting up this court, it's going to end up being a court to try Africans and not to try people from across the world,
Yeah.
right from inception. And I don't think I have been proven wrong. So, but this has nothing to do with saying people who commit crimes should not be tried. No.
Okay.
When I'm arguing like that, people must be accountable for crimes anywhere.
No impunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But how is the process?
Right.
How is justice going to be dispensed?
Yeah.
This is the main question.